Shalom. Once again, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rekakudash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS, all you brothers in the four corners of the earth that are pushing the truth and sincerity and in true shalom. This is Brother Isaiah coming back to you with a quick lesson. Feed 144,000 chosen men, women, and children make up the 1/3. Now, this is going to be quick, I just have a few precepts and something to say to the spirit pertaining to the war that is actually starting up. In all this that's happening right now, the men of the Lord, starting with the men at GMS, starting with Apostle Tahar, coming all the way down, we're not even worried about this. We're not even in no mode of worrying about what's up and what's really going on. But what we do know is that this is prophecy, right? None of this is shake us up, right? Because one of the things we know is that the MOTB must become mandatory first. So a lot of these people are watching at all these things going on, the bombing, Russia, Ukraine, China, America, Israel. You're looking at these things, and a lot of people are afraid. Why they afraid? Because what? They don't understand the mystery. They don't understand the prophecy. They don't understand the time. That knowledge wasn't given to them. Even though we out there, week in and week out, days we be putting up videos about these prophecy, and guess what? They ignore all of it. But guess what, man? None of this war could kick off. World War 3. Yes, the Lord is mustered in the battle. He is stirring things up. But World War 3 cannot begin until the MOTB become mandatory. Right? So I'm going to get a few precepts, but let me just play this here first.
We're seeing have already been pushed toward a major war. On one side, America and Israel have been continuously bombing Iran for the past 48 hours. On the other side, Iran, in response, is targeting American military bases in the Middle East with ballistic missiles and drones. Shocking news has also emerged that there are fears this war could reach Europe. A UK military base in Cyprus has reportedly been targeted by a drone, and there are reports of damage. At the same time, Israel has started targeting Lebanon as well, and rockets have been fired from Lebanon toward Israel. In Yemen, the Houthis have announced their support for Iran. Meanwhile, conflict between Pakistan and Afghanistan is also ongoing. Pakistan is reportedly moving 25 to 30 kilometers inside Afghanistan to take control of certain areas and create a buffer zone so that suicide attackers cannot enter Pakistan from Afghanistan. And the third war between Russia and Ukraine has already turned into a highly dangerous conflict. Russia continues to target Ukraine with drones and missiles. The war is expanding moment by moment, and even a small mistake could push it toward a world war.
Right. So even with that, the scripture said what? The Lord is mustered in the battle. Right. So let me get a few precepts. All right. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 4. I read from 36. It say, and unto these things Uriel the archangel gave them answer and said, even when the number of the seed be filled in you, for ye have weighed the world in a balance. You see, everything there's a balance, and the Lord already set bounds, as it tell you in the book of Job. All right, let me get that really fast. Job 14, and I think it's 5. Right, Job chapter 14 and 5. It says, seeing his days are determined, the number of the months are with thee. Thou hast appointed a bound that he cannot pass. So the Lord already set up things. He weighed this. Everything is way out. The Lord is a mathematician, right? The chief mathematician. He already set everything up in numbers and what is going to happen and what is not going to happen. Right? So it's in 7, it says, by measure had he measured the time, and by number have he numbered the times, and he do not move or store them until the said measure be fulfilled. What does it mean? All these prophecy, World War III cannot kick off unless the MOTB become mandatory, right? So let me get this precept here. Right, Revelation 13 and 16, right? And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in the forehead, right? So guess what? This is still to be fulfilled, right? When this become mandatory, then World War III is going to kick off fully. But this must happen. This is mandatory, right? This is inevitable. That's what I wanted to say. This have to happen, right? Now, did Yahushua prophesy about these things? Yes, he did. Right? So this is Matthew 24 and 3. You see, and as he sat upon the Mount of Olive, the disciple came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be, and what shall be the signs of thy coming and of the end of the world? Then Yahushua answered and said unto them, Take heed that no man deceive you. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am a Mashiach, and shall deceive many, which you do have a lot of them coming saying that they are anointed, but they come in with false doctrine. You see, and ye shall hear of war and rumors of war. This is the point. And ye shall hear of war and rumors of war. So right now we hearing about literal war, right? And we do hear about what rumors of war. You see, it says, see that ye be not troubled. He was talking to his disciples. For all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. Why? Because the MOTB must become mandatory. All these things that you see happening, the Lord ordained it to happen. Right? It's inevitable. Man, and we ain't even trouble. I'm speaking for myself and the men at GMS. We ain't even trouble about what is going on. Why is the world and two-thirds is bucking up, and Christian and Muslim and all kind of... Guess what? The worst is yet to come. Right? So let me read a precept to prove that what I've just said. All right, 2 Ezra chapter 14 and 15. It say, and set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and ease thee to flee from these times. For yet greater evil than these which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter. So you thinking this is bad? No, this ain't bad yet. It is still to come. It is still to come. Right? So this is just the judgment of the Lord. Right? Proverbs 28 and 4. Oh, 5. Silaki. It says, evil men understand not judgment, but they that seek the Lord understand all things. So we understand what is going on. Right? That is why we come. We're going to go about our business. We're going to go to use a job. We're going to do whatever it is we got to do. We're going to continue to study. We continue to prophesy. We're going to continue to do what we're supposed to do. Whatever the Lord ordained us to do. We ain't bucking up about this. But we can show you in the scripture that these things will happen. Right? And these things, going back to what? Ezekiel 30 is 38. You understand? So these things is inevitable, man. War, it's gonna happen. Right? We in the time of war. But none of these things cannot come to pass until the MOTB be mandatory. It must be mandatory. So it's more likely this war is going to what? It's gonna calm down a little bit. The tension is gonna still be there, but They have to see a way how to make this MOTB to become mandatory, right? Because the intention is to what? To see if everybody. Matter of fact, even in the book of Matthew, it said what? I'm not gonna get it. I said I want to make it short. It said the Son of Man is gonna come what? As in the day of Noah. They was eating and drinking and marrying and giving in marriage. You see? So yes, hey, it's just the next day in Babylon. And all these things is just order to kill, man. But nevertheless, man, I said enough. Until the next one, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rekakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of James, all you brothers in the four corners of the earth that pushing the truth in sincerity and the truth. Shalom.
The countries you are seeing have already been pushed toward a major war. On one side, America and Israel have been continuously bombing Iran for the past 48 hours. On the other side, Iran, in response, is targeting American military bases in the Middle East with ballistic missiles and drones. Shocking news has also emerged that there are fears this war could reach Europe. A UK military base in Cyprus has reportedly been targeted by a drone, and there are reports of damage. At the same time, Israel has started targeting Lebanon as well, and rockets have been fired from Lebanon toward Israel. In Yemen, the Houthis have announced their support for Iran. Meanwhile, conflict between Pakistan and Afghanistan is also ongoing. Pakistan is reportedly moving 25 to 30 kilometers inside Afghanistan to take control of certain areas and create a buffer zone so that suicide attackers cannot enter Pakistan from Afghanistan. And the third war between Russia and Ukraine has already turned into a highly dangerous conflict. Russia continues to target Ukraine with drones and missiles. The war is expanding moment by moment, and even a small mistake could push it toward a world war.